Guys, what's going on? It's a Blockbull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now today we're going to take a look at XLM and two other projects built on Stellar Lumens as well, because XLM, if you're unaware, is the highest gainer within the month, up 385% at the time of recording. We're also going to be covering Stronghold, and we're also going to be covering Velo as well. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So at the moment, we do have Velo, we do have Stronghold, and then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to get XLM up. So XLM, as you're aware, people have seen this chart before on the weekly, so XLM is up massively, as you're aware, from the crypto bubbles. Okay, so you've seen this chart before, very simplistic, and that's how I like to keep it. No stochastics, RSIs, MACDs, moving averages, exponential moving averages, this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? It's simple, non-BS stuff over here, guys. So this is how we like to keep it. So head and shoulders, as you know, you got left shoulder, right shoulder, and you've got the head in between. Funnily enough. So here we are now, guys. So if I'm just going to measure up, I'm going to see where we're actually heading on top of the fibs. Okay, so this is the high here, all the way down to the bottom, post high. Okay, so I'd be coming down here. Now you can see where XLM actually gets into. Yeah, we get into the 786, which is a 78.6% move of the total from top to bottom. Okay, we've actually exceeded the 618 quite clearly. So this is where we are now. We're literally resting on top of the 786. Now, funnily enough, if we come across to Stronghold, let's have a look at Stronghold now. I've already drawn in the fibs. Okay, so this is the current move here at the moment, yeah, from top to bottom, and you can see where Stronghold is running into now. We're running into the 786, yeah, so we could potentially go a little bit higher, but in my view, these are cryptos that look like they need a correction, in my view, before they can make the next sort of impulse to the upside, you see. So XLM tokens have been absolutely bullish, and we're going to take a look at Velo in a moment just to see where Velo is at. So XLM and Stronghold so far have both reached this 78.6% retracement level. Okay, so if we do go over to Velo, this is Velo now, so obviously a lot more data on this particular exchange as opposed to Stronghold, which makes things a lot easier. Yes, there are probably other exchanges over on TradingView which gives you a little bit more insight. Okay, let's just out of interest, we could pull that down there. See, it doesn't make much difference. We still penetrated the 786. Okay, guys, if you want to be pedantic about that. So Velo here, let's draw the fibs on Velo. Okay, so we'll go from the highs up here down to the low here. You can see where the low is after the high. So at the moment, Velo is still stuck at the 382. Okay, so Velo, this is why I've been so bullish on Velo recently, because I do believe Velo has a lot further to run than XLM and Stronghold. So ultimately, what's taken me by surprise in this current one, now historically, you've seen that sort of block graph, you know, where you get the Bitcoin and then you get Ethereum, then you get like large caps sort of alt season, then you get the mid caps, and then you get the small gems. Okay, in my view, the most volatility comes with the smaller cap gems, but so far we've seen the most volatility with the large cap gems. Okay, so that's kind of what's taken me off balance a little bit of this sort of crypto cycle, but we're literally just getting going now, and I do expect further corrections. Yes, we've made a retracement up to sort of highs, but I do expect now we've actually, you know, a lot of these cryptos are hitting the 786. I do expect a retracement. However, a lot of people will be asking me now, are you going to be selling all of your crypto come tomorrow, 29th of November, which is what you said? As it stands, I don't even feel like I need to be selling any of the cryptos, because the cryptos I'm in haven't hit the 618, never mind the 786, which XLM and Stronghold have both done. I do hold a little bit of Stronghold, but I don't feel like it's a significant bag to be, you know, selling out of, like as opposed to like XDC and like Gala. I've got VR8 as well. VR8 is massively off the sort of pace as well, 618 and a 786. So that's lagging behind massively. So all these cryptos where I thought was going to run up massively, these utility tokens have got going earlier. Now, I do believe there's a correction coming for the utility tokens. Okay. Now, predominantly, say for example, Bitcoin crashes, it affects the rest of the market. So it'll be interesting now to see if we do see a correction now, if it's going to tank these sort of mid caps and small cap gems that have yet to move, because you can see where Velo is now on the weekly. Again, we're just at the 382. So Velo has not even moved one iota. We need to be getting at least up to 10 cent, up to this 618. And ultimately, if we were to catch up XLM, the layer one in which it's built upon, we need to be getting up anywhere between that sort of 36, 37 cent. Now, at the time of recording here, you can see here we're just above about 1.5 cent for Velo. So Velo has got some massive numbers to do, and we can take a sort of measurement now. So even just to the 618, which is conservative, that's a 528% move. Okay, and if it was to go one higher, which Stronghold and XLM has already demonstrated it's possible, that's almost like a 1920x. See, 2000% move to the 786. So in my view, Velo could do a 20x very, very soon. Whether or not it's before Christmas, who's to know? But at the minute, I wouldn't be selling Velo or sort of VRA, or even like, for example, like Gala as well, which unfortunately we won't be covering today. We'll probably do it tomorrow when I do wrap up exactly what I'll be doing. Having anticipated this Black Swan event going into December. Okay, but at the minute, Velo is a stronghold. The other two, XLM and Stronghold, I'd look at, if you have got significant portions in those two crypto assets, it might be worth sort of swapping out to Velo if you still want exposure to XLM in that sort of capacity. Okay, so yeah, Velo is looking massive at the moment in my view. Let's just have a look at, so what have we done so far? We've got XLM out of the way. XLM is, look at this now, XLM. So what I'm anticipating, you guys again have seen this sort of correction move here. So that was 91%, yeah, from sort of high to low. And again, something similar happened over here when we reached the high. We always correct, 90% again. So I do expect XLM to make a similar move. Okay, so even if it just depends if we can invalidate this head and shoulder pattern, but so far we've just got to respect the sort of TA. But if we're going to fall down 90%, we're going to fall all the way down to there. Yeah, so that's roughly around, I would say, about 5 cents something, just above 5 cents in my opinion. So that would literally wipe out all the liquidity. Now I'm just going to go over to the candles just to see where all the liquidity is. Yeah, so all the liquidities literally be sitting under here. Yeah, so most people will be putting the sort of stops, sell orders, buy orders, depending on if you're taking a bullish or bearish position. You would be looking at having your stop losses if you was a bull, and then if you was getting new coming into the market, obviously you'd have a lot of liquidity and entries down here. So all the liquidities, sort of stop losses, will be down here, and also the buy entries as well. So you've got sort of polar opposite orders coming in around here. So that would fish out that. Yes, it doesn't have to be exactly 90%. Even like I'd say like an 87% correction would be enough to sort of grab a lot of the liquidity, and it'll probably take out the apex as well. We have sort of manipulated an apex around here where we have taken XLM. So that's still on the cards. So whether or not XLM can actually invalidate this head and shoulder pattern, that's what I'll be waiting out for. But in terms of the sort of price increase where we would have to go, it's literally, I would say, about a 56% move for XLM to invalidate that. So I won't really be touching XLM at this point up until it does take that out. However, what I would say about XLM is it is very clear that XLM and XRP are heavily tied. So why XRP hasn't got up to the 786 retracement yet is a little bit of a head scratcher, really, because you would expect the same from XRP. Now, is 786 going to come? I do believe so, because if you look here over on what I'm going to do, take it out to the weekly, and then we're going to plot these lines up here. Yeah, the 786 is up here at $1.47. So yes, XRP has taken out this 786. So have these sort of utility coins, XLM, XRP, Stronghold is also in that basket, also taking out the 786. Yeah. Velo is all the way down here at this orange line. So in comparison to where Velo is, Velo's currently trading approximately around 46, 47 cent in equivalence to XRP sort of money. Do you know what I'm saying? So Velo's a strong pick. And similar with Gala as well, which is why I hold it. So I'd say Gala and Velo are two massive picks now going into this sort of uncertainty going into December, because like I say, I still believe there's going to be a massive correction. There could be a big correction with Bitcoin, which tends to affect all cryptos. But at least if you're with these cryptos that are still down here at the 382, hopefully you would expect common sense would prevail, that you wouldn't see such a catastrophe in terms of correction to the downside if it does tank all the market, you see. Whereas like XRP and XLM and like Stronghold that are near these sort of high retracement levels, obviously you'd expect them to retrace a lot deeper in the correction if that is what's going to happen. So what I'm trying to get across, guys, is make sure that you're taking your risk off the table. Okay, so even though the good utility tokens, maybe look at some others, like I say, like Velo, Gala, and Veracity as well, ticker symbol VRA. But guys, if you need a plan for this upcoming cycle, I've got the XDC and the XRP plan there, automatic 10% discount when you add both of those to your basket. So that will basically, secure the bag for you, in my opinion, because you will, one, make the money, and two, you know exactly when to get out, and three, you'll save 80, 90, possibly even higher correction later on in 2025. And it gives you a base sort of foundation as well, where we're going to be heading in this particular market going in. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do what you got to do. As always, I've been the Block Bull, so Block Bull over and out.